This is John Polrai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I got a video about Amber Heard's friend, Eve Barlow. Now, as you might or might not know, a lot of times Amber Heard's friends like to tell people like me and like you to shut up and mind their own business because it's not about us. It's not about the public. We don't have full context. Well, here's the one thing. Who made this case public? Who went to the Washington Post and knew if they did, that story would get picked up and probably go worldwide, thus making it everyone's business? Now, if that person who actually claims they got abused kept it with the police, the doctors, and the courts only, and when paparazzis followed her and did things, she was like really standoffish and like get away from me and not reading a book and things like that, well then I'd maybe believe a little bit more that she didn't want it in the public. But the fact is, you guys were the ones who put it out in the public. So now, this video here is about how Eve on Instagram is going around some insults to Johnny's fans, you know, and some of that mind your own business stuff, which I will get into. The charity donation is brought up, and of course, we've got no good response about that when Eve is presented with the donation letter or a document about the donation. Well, you'll see. Also, I checked out Rob Rule's video, which is pretty insightful. He does slightly different things than me. He worked in a courthouse, so he'll have slightly different opinions. I stay more with social media and that kind of thing, so I will feature him, but let's get to it. Okay, so this is the first one I think started everything off, and so Leah says, "Have a great weekend everyone, except UAH, F you." Alright, you know, I could see she's frustrated with what's going on, so she made a little comment. I forgive her, but then Eve Barlow responds, "How was your weekend? Did you do it? Did you manage to seek justice by shaming any more survivors on your travels?" So of course, playing the victim in a culture that rewards people who are victims without evidence or proof. Okay, we've seen this before. And then this person here replies, "Any more survivors? That implies there was a first, and that doesn't make sense since Heard is a manipulative pig and not a victim." And then Eve responds, "What's your avatar? Is that a piece of your brain?" So, okay, you know, this person here got a little bit insultive, but Eve is supposed to take the higher ground here. Eve is supposed to be the better person with the evidence under control, and she's still out there making insults. But then we have this, and the JD case says she made it everybody's concern when she made these allegations back in 2016, and she said she donated all of the money. Also, a strong verdict? Come on, Barklow. Even the appeal judges acknowledged the fact that she lied in court, and then the next person down says, "Are there any updates regarding the donated money?" And at this point, somebody posts a letter about the donations. Here's the letter he posted, and I'm not going to read the full thing, but it obviously says, "Has not received further installments," talking about not receiving the payments that Amber Heard promised. The letter's right there, so if you want to pause or whatever, go ahead, take a read. But anyway, here Eve says, in reply to that, "It's not a lie, Rick. It's just a letter that isn't addressed to you, nor doesn't concern you, and is but a fraction of a far bigger story that's already been concluded in one jurisdiction via a very strong verdict. Adios." Well, she says it's not a lie, so the only thing we're saying is Amber did not donate the money, and it seems like she didn't donate the money. There was also a verdict on TV where Amber said she donated the money, and she didn't. And there you have it. Now, here's what you have to think, is that are these actions of somebody who knows their friend is innocent, or are these actions of somebody who knows their friend is guilty? Well, I guess you could have that debate and make points for both sides, but I personally think that this shows a little bit more of a guilty attitude because it's kind of out of control. You've got to be this person who's got somewhat of a name in the media and argue with random Instagram users. Why? Probably because you can't help the frustration of knowing what's coming, knowing that even if something goes wrong legally, the truth will be out. People do know the truth of what's going on. Now, I'm not sure what context from that letter we were missing. It clearly stated that the donations had not been made. It's not rocket science. There's not 100 different angles here and 100 different things moving at one time. It's simple. The donations weren't made. That's all we really need as context. Wait, that's all we really need as context. Sometimes I talk too fast, but okay, we made a correction. Live editing. Anyway, let's take a look at what my good friend Rob said about this. As I said, Rob is somebody who has 25 years experience in a court, so he knows a thing or two about these things, and he actually presented some information for Eve about how a judge thinks and how the law is supposed to work.
You had a judge who's supposed to uphold the law. See, Eve, I work in the courthouse, and I've worked with many judges for 25 years of my life. Many judges, different courthouses, and one that was really one of the best, and I had some fantastic judges. And I know a ton of lawyers, as for 25 years they have come to me and talked to me, and we've talked about everything, case after case after case. So Eve, let me just leave you with this. A judge is supposed to uphold the law. And the police who uphold the law presented the evidence, and he just turned it down.
There you have it, and of course, a great point. How could a judge just ignore evidence? That doesn't seem very judgely to me. That seems like somebody who got together with you-know-who, played Monopoly, drank some hot chocolate, and then just believed everything. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe to Rob. He's got a great channel. If you want, he'll be linked below too. Anyway, we're done here. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.